Hey everybody, and welcome back to Six Ages, Ride Like the Wind, and welcome back to me as well, because I have not played the game for like 9 days now. I've been kind of slacking on recording Six Ages. I have some legitimate reasons for doing so, and also some illegitimate reasons, like I just haven't felt motivated to play the game. Because, I don't know, I'm not really digging my time with the game, but I'm pushing through to see what happens. I think a lot of that is just because of how kind of obtuse and opaque, I guess is the word, for the whole gameplay is. Like, I don't really understand why some actions are better than others, how some actions have success, lead to success, and then some don't. And that's could be my fault for not reading the entire manual. But I wish there was more feedback from the game. Not necessarily hand-holding and telling me what to do, but at least feedback about maybe why certain things were the way they were, and maybe it's just down to randomness. Maybe that's just what you have to deal with. So I've been looking to see how long the game is, and there's not a lot of resources online to tell me that, but I did find a single review where someone said they beat the game in about 35 in-game years, and currently right now we are at year 14 or maybe year 15, so we're about halfway through, I would say. Or, the game could end a lot sooner if we just end up dying. I don't know if that's a possibility, that you could just get completely wiped out. So, let's try to remind ourselves what we were doing before. We were pretty low on goods because we were trying to hoard them for some clan haul stuff. And we were pretty low on cattle and herds and food. See, we have a food shortfall of just one season with bad foraging omen, and that's not great. So let's see what let's try to remind ourselves what the people here want to say. Insufficient number of goats, we should trade for more. We can't really support any more trading partners. Okay, we should buy more cattle. Our food stockpiles are low. We will harvest soon, but we may run out before a full year goes by. And our crafters are making 57 cows worth of goods. Did you say something different? A profit of 27 cows worth of goods. So market gives me 27 and our crafters gives me 57. Do you add those two together? I don't know. And how does that impact our how many goods do we need for upkeep for just keeping our shrines going? That's not really well explained to me, or at least I just don't know how to get there. So I don't know how many goods we trade away. I guess we could try to see. Costs 10, maintenance goods, say 4 goods and 2 herds for each small shrine, I guess. Yeah, each one. So we have how many shrines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have to spend 28 goods in upkeep. So if we burn any of these goods in trading, then maybe that's a bad idea. But we need food, so I think we kind of do need to send. There's a couple things we could do. We could try to raid, but our people are pretty absent and sick right now. What are we doing on the map? I have no idea. I have no idea what people are doing. We could maybe try to send another caravan, but did we just send a caravan? Like, I wish the game could explain to me what I did last time, because I've completely forgotten. I should have watched the video back. Did we send a caravan out on somebody? You know what? I'm gonna do it again. Just in case. I feel like we probably already have this caravan going out. Because we have some missing people. But let's send another one. It can't hurt, right? Let's... Well, I mean, it might hurt. So maybe I don't. Because I don't see anyone on the map here. So I don't have an exploration going on. But the very fact that I have some absent bows and swordsmen tells me that someone is out there doing something, and I don't recall what I did. So we have a bad foraging omen, but oh man, do I want to try to forage? Even through that? Maybe I try. Maybe like right here. Go, Ellen Drive. Find something for me, please. Okay, so here's the caravan that we sent. Our caravan is back from the Twin Songs. The Twin Song traders were pleased to receive our first caravan to them. We traded 40 cows worth of goods for 31 cattle. Okay, so we gave away 40 goods. We got 31 cattle. I hope that's what that's saying. The Twin Song traders were particularly interested in obtaining a scroll recording tribute, although I'm fairly sure they couldn't read it. Okay. I've been trying to figure out how the Zethmarin clan raided us, even though they aren't close by. Among us riders, that would be a big deal. Something we might do if we're seeking vengeance. Apparently, Rams think nothing of raiding anywhere in the valley. They must be exceptionally warlike, or traditionally powerful, or exceptionally powerful, or both. So the Zethmarings. Oh, here's another... Of course, as soon as we send people away to forage, here comes in some warriors. We're being raided by the Dar Shamay. There are 9 chariots with another 105 on foot. Luckily, our patrol saw them in time, and 15 swords. So that's good. 15 versus 9. And 93 of our bows met them. So I like that. I like this kind of even odds. Let's try to drive them off. We'll use 1 magic. Let's do a magic ritual, sure. Firehoof sounds great. Get our horses boosted. While we prepared our battle ritual, the Darshamay shot arrows. As our priests completed the rituals, the hoofs of our horse began to spark. Okay, so we lost some people in the skirmish, but that's okay. So let's skirmish with them. We shot at the Darshamay as they performed some sort of ritual. Magical flames appeared on the wheels of their death carts. We are now out of arrows. That's lovely. I don't know if we did very much. We need to try to maneuver. We can't deal with flaming chariot wheels, so please try to maneuver against them. The Darshamay charge hit us before we could reach advantageous ground. Lovely. Let's fight cautiously. We got pushed back. Even though they were not caught off guard, we were not caught off guard. Their wild frenzy pushed us back. Zacorta said that he still thought our combat skill was higher than theirs. Let's hold our ground, please. Push back. They tried to charge us, but a wheel fell off one of their death carts, and they got nowhere. Well, good for them. Let's conserve our strength, please. Oh, that was not great. They fought so fiercely that we had no opportunity to rest. It was soon over. So we're going to lose more stuff, huh? Yeah, we lose more cows. Great. The fighting was fierce. We were no longer a coherent force and had to pull back. The Darshamay took off with 19 cows and 12 horses. They took 22 cows worth of loot. In the aftermath, they knocked over our watchtower, and the Grasping Talon banner was destroyed. It would have been worse without our fortifications due to the prompt healing, so we saved some people, but that was absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. Already reeling from a devastating attack by trolls, the Sky Racers now expect an imminent strike from the Inarthi clan, who they are feuding with. They send emissaries to you, offering to pay you to send 4 of your elite warriors to the lands to help defend them against the coming assault. They will pay 20 cows if your swords fight in their next battle, and 5 if they wait for a season and no raid comes. Okay. So we need the goods. Or we need the herds, that's for sure. Losers deserve to lose. We don't want the Irnathi to think we're against them. You're gone, so you can't say anything. Warn the Irnathi by Elmal's shield. We must keep our warriors sharp. Our warriors would never mix with theirs, so we've got a bunch of declines. Can you tell me more about the Sky Racers and the Irnathi, please? Sky Racers, they mock us. They're known for their pure horse practices. They keep slaves. And the Irnathi, known for strong magic. I mean, but they are rams. And the Sky Racers are the horse people. We could offer them a war blessing. I mean, I'm desperate for food, honestly, so I'm gonna agree, but we're probably really low on... We're low on horses and we're low on people, but I'm gonna agree. Sword -4, population -4. Our swords rode off with the Sky Racers. Mood minus, herds -2, goods -5. Jeez Louise, this is actually the worst game. Why do you do this to me, game? A yawning chasm in the earth opens up in your pasture land, swallowing a few goats. You build a wooden fence around it, of course, to prevent further herd losses. Then what? Perform a ritual to punish the ram people. I mean, why did the ram people... Do we think the ram people did this? Post herders to watch the hole. Reallocate pasture land between the clan's family. Try to close up the hole with earth magic ritual. That's what Amani wants to do. From holes in the earth, the stone people crawled, harrying us during our flight from the Golden City. Yeah, we don't want the trolls and the dwarves to be down there. You want to post up and try to close the hole. We allocate pastures between the 7 families on a yearly basis. The negotiation, blah, 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 blah. Posting herders poses little risk and will show that we're doing something. On what grounds do we accuse the rams of causing this other than they are unlike us? Divine wrath is not to be thrown about lightly. Magic rituals are taxing. If we do perform one, let's seal up the earth again. Well, we do have 2 magic left, so let's try. Mood plus. Nialda, Earth Mother, and her daughters Pella, Busanari, and Uryarda hear our pleas and seal the hole up. Yeah. Fortifications ruined and insufficient warriors, huh? Many wounded. I think this is just a... Let's wait a turn and wait it out. The forgers and I have returned from the east. We found a large cache of nuts that some animal must have abandoned, as well as an unusually large berry patch. And I found huge eggs, though I can't say for sure if they were from giant birds or some sort of lizard. We loaded the travois and brought back food to feed the clan for 2 seasons. Alright, way to go. Swords +3, population +4, herds +20. Our warriors are back with the 20 cows the Sky Racer clan paid them for fighting a defensive action against the Irnathi. Only one of them was wounded. Our presence in the battle could not have been obvious enough to arouse the attention of the Irnathi. They were too busy losing to pay close attention. Ah, take that, Irnathi. What do we got here? We got some people looking at a pan full of milk or something. Khosralad. What a name, Khosralad. A visitor from a distant Hyaloran clan you have not heard of requests hospitality. How have we not heard of them? We are the holders of information here. He lives far to the north and east, speaks with an unfamiliar accent, and dresses differently than you, wearing heavy furs. Okay, so it's cold up there, sure. He makes a strange claim about a place near his home called Last Tablet Plateau. At this holy site dwells a priestess named Sanala, who is half human and half elf. She's a living descendant of Hyalor and the elf goddess Aldrea. This causes great consternation among your clan. Elves are plant creatures and no friend to humans. Should a mating be impossible? Such a mating should be impossible. And if it happened, you would know. You want to send him on his way. The people do not want religious controversy spoiling their contentment. Condemn his lies. Send a priestly mission to the plateau. Accept his revelations. Accept his revelations. Castlerod might have a blessing for us if we treat him right. If one of us spreads word of this, it must be a Hylar worshiper like me. We must learn the truth of this. Well, we are known for our exploration, so we will send a priestly mission to the plateau. Thank you for your information, Castlerod. Who to send on the mission? Well, it's highlighting magic, so it should be someone with high magic skills. So Carnivus worships the Raven, but it should be someone that worships Hyalor, right? Because if we think this is a Hyalorian thing, it should be someone with Hyalor. We've got Ulendis here, worships Hyalor. His magic is excellent, but his lore is just fair. And we have Zakorda, who worships Hyalor. His magic is good, and his lore is also fair. So, Ulendis, you will go for me, please. How many warriors do you send? I don't know. We don't have many. Swords -2, population -8, horses -8. Over a period of days, Castlerod gave Ulendis very detailed instructions. Ulendis committed these carefully to memory and then set off for a long journey. Well, he set off into the winter, so it's not great. So it is winter. We're low on goods, we're low on herds, we're low on everything. Our people are still wounded, so I think we just don't do anything. We just hunker down. Good mood minus, goods -17. So we lost every single one of our goods. Great. A bizarre monster bursts from beneath the earth to destroy a house belonging to the Zarant family. Is that Ulendis or Zakorda? Who is Zarant? Ulendis. It snares Chanwi, an elder from that line, in the grip of a formless appendage. Nearby folk rush to pull her away from it. Wherever it touched her, her skin bubbles and melts away. That's gross. After its initial exertion, the creature lies slowly oozing along the ground. You give it a wide berth, but can't leave it there in the middle of the village. That's true, we definitely cannot. A weird slime, noxious slime monster. Oh, of course you don't have an opinion on this, Amanai. Sure, whatever. Kill it with magic, says Sterin. Spirits are more versatile than gods, and this is a problem that should not be too much for them. Sarissa says, our neighbors will say we brought this on ourselves. Well, that's not helping us right now. Elendry says, I'm not sure about this. This is a chaos creature, says Ernost, but that's not helping me. Zakorda says, if we hit it with clubs, that caustic slime will go all over. So you say kill it with arrows, but, I mean, are arrows any better? It's burning flesh. I'm gonna go with your magic, Sterin. And I wish Ulendis was here because this is his family house, so kill it with magic, please. You said spirits, right? So who do you call on, Elmal or spirits? Let's go for spirits, because you said spirits. Do your shamans perform the long and taxing version? Sure they do. Mood plus, magic -1. Our shamans drew harmony runes on their drums. Their insistent rhythm attracted serene nature spirits eager to heal this wound in the world's harmony. The monster stopped moving and over a period of days resolved into a noxious foam. Lovely. As soon as we can afford it, we should build a watchtower. Yeah, but we should probably gonna lose all of our shrines first, so you know that's a thing. So let's just go ahead and end the season again. There have been unusual comings and goings from the village of the Lastrawlings, one of the closer Ram clans. It appears that many different Ram clans have sent emissaries. Zatanna One of the clan's leading members is convinced they are plotting a joint attack. Rams come and go as they please. Send an emissary, send a spy, perform a divination. So you don't have anything to say. You say perform a divination. You say send an emissary. You say send an emissary. You say send a spy and a divination. You're gone, so you can't say. I mean, a divination, sure. The spirit should be able to figure out what's going on. Rams do practice some form of hospitality, so they will at least receive an emissary. There's no need to sneak around. We could just ask the Lestrawlings what this is all about. I mean, can we? Lestrawlings? I mean, if they are... I mean, we could be sending somebody right into the pit. Like, if they're plotting against us and we send an emissary, it's not great to send them into enemy territory, but you have to respect an emissary, right? You have to have, like, you have to receive guests. I mean, you said something about it, right? They practice some form of hospitality, so even guests from your enemies, you have to treat well. So I will send an emissary. I will send someone with great diplomacy. I will not send a female, because they might look badly about that. We have egalitarianism. We don't believe that females are worse than males, but they might. So we don't want to stir any trouble. We could send Zakorta. He's very good at diplomacy. He's better than everybody else, and he may be able to get himself out of a scrap because he's renowned at combat. But if they attack us while he's gone, that's bad news. But I will send him. Do you give them a gift? I don't think we can, honestly. We don't have anything to give. So I'm going to say no. I wish we could, but I'm going to say no. It's going to look poor, but we just don't have stuff to give. Elman Tidi, the Lestrawling chief, gave Zakorta good hospitality, but wasn't forthcoming about the many Ram visitors. Zakorta said that gifts would have made his task easier. Yeah, I know, but we didn't have anything to give. Last year, 27 babies were born, so it's sacred time now. We initiated 13 children as adults. The clan has 30 fewer people, 19 more heads of cattle, and 25 fewer horses than it did last sacred time. Our crafters produced 49 cows worth of goods. Our market made a profit of 35 cows worth of goods. Maintaining our shrines took 14 cows and goods worth 28 cows. We're still at 0. And now Sarissa is an old woman. It will be a good year for our hunters. We are known for finding secrets Hyalor left before he died. So what do we want to say? What do we want to put points in? Wildlands magic will make hunting. Yeah, maybe we should do that. Wildlands. Put a point in that. Pasture magic. Sure. Put pasture magic. I'll double it up. Ritual magic. Sure. Leave a little in reserve. Okay. Just 1 in wilds, 2 in pastures, and a single in ritual, and we will reserve 5. Go ahead and move on. The High Stallions found out what was going on in Lestrawling village. Okay, High Stallions, thank you. They were organizing an otherworld ritual where a number of clans reenacted the marriage of their storm god to their earth goddess. It was supposedly a big success, and the Ram clans all have bigger herds now. I imagine the Lestrawlings have raised their prestige too. The High Stallion chief was worried that this sort of cooperation among the Rams of our valley might be important, that they should form a kingdom like Southern Rams, or that they would form a kingdom. Yadakan, huh? What do you have to say? We could no longer afford to make the proper sacrifices to Elmol, and our shrine has fallen into disrepair. Currently maintaining our shrines takes 14 cows and 28 cows worth of goods. The Umurgan clan say they were visited by a party of child-sized birds who spoke in the language of the Rams. They gave sage advice. I have no idea why they thought we would believe this horse dung. Okay, Bardalori, we see what you feel about the Umurgan. People are a little bullheaded these days. We could set a venture, and I think we need, like, food. It's good years to hunt for food or furs. Scouring the valley for bandits. We should complete preparing our clan hall. Yeah, we cannot because we don't have goods. Thank you. Emphasize foraging, I always say. Do you? I mean, I will. What ventures do we have? Do a ceremony. Clan hall decorations, clan hall feast, clan hall sacrifice, combat training, crafting. We can't even do crafting because we don't have 10 goods, which is kind of weird. Like, we need goods to be able to craft goods. Maybe we have to have the goods to show to the people as examples to be like, this is what you want to make. You see this horse sculpture? This is what we're making today. Entertain, feast your neighbors, foraging, guard the herds, herding. Pay extra attention to the clan's cattle and goats, increases herds. I mean, we kind of need that, right? Or hunting. Hunt food from the wildlands. I think, or foraging. Gather food from the wildlands. I think we need to do herding. Let's check on some things. If we check our wealth, we should buy more goats. We should buy more cattle. Yeah, so they're talking about we need food and we knew our animals and we already knew this. So let's go for herding. This increases our herds. Go on, Ellen Dry. You can do it. Ellen Dry made sure our herds were secure. Thanks to our persistent leadership, the herders figured out we now had 17 more cows and 3 horses that we would have otherwise lost. That's great. Oh, hello, plant people. Can't help but notice you seem to be rolling around a giant rock. What's going on, elves? Plant people called elves rampage through your planted fields. Oh, that's not nice to do that through our planted fields, dude. A strange bone-white powder trails behind them. You can already tell it's poisoning your crops. Naturally, you send your warriors to drive them off. The marauders melt away into the wooded area near your lands. What now? Thought we were friends, dude. Find their lair and attack all out. Promise the people an attack after crop season. Reverse the blight with earth magic. Ward them off with earth magic, or be glad you got rid of them so easily. Did we? Did we get rid of them so easily? You want to promise the people an attack. Convincing the people to shrug this off will be hard. Reverse with earth magic or ward them off with earth magic. The Elf Queen and Earth Queen were once friends until the Elf Queen said, I don't care if your people eat. So, just some background on why we don't like elves, I guess. It's more important to reverse the blight now. We can always choose to fight them after crop season. Elves hate cropland because they see it as a taming of green and wild world that belongs to them. Okay, so they don't like us cultivating the land. The problem with elves is they always attack in crop season when we can't spare the men to fight. Okay, let's reverse it with earth magic if we can. I think that's great. We can try to heal what damage was done. The priest said they could feel mood minus. Ooh. The priest said they could feel that their magic had lessened, but had done nothing to reverse the blight. The people bemoaned the horrible strength of elf magic. Starin said we should make sure to devote as much sacred time magic as possible to the safety of the fields. Well, we already done herding, so. Good hunting omen, field magic stress, crop stress, 2 seasons of food, fortifications ruined. So let's go ahead. We have good hunting omen, so we will, I think, send a hunting party. Excuse me, that's not how you send a hunting party. How do you send a hunting party? Is that just called foraging? Or is that a thing that you have to do with ventures? It's your only option to hunt? I don't know. Honestly, I do not know. But I will send a forage. Send a forage right here. According to High Stallion Clan, our shaman are weak because we don't have many sworn spirits. We must prove them wrong by sending an expedition to find another. Okay. But that's not a thing. That's not an exploration, right? No, it is a search for spirits. Oh, it is a thing. Okay, so we should have done that. Because we only have Honeybee and Raven. So this helps our dealing with the Aldrami. Oh, we don't know it's magic. So let's bargain with Honeybee, because we know the elves are not fans of us. So if we can bargain with Honeybee to go figure out what's wrong with the elves, we can persuade a spirit to help us for at least a year, probably several. If we offer clan magic, the spirit will agree to 2 years of service, likely more. Don't think we want to. We're not being helped by any of our spirits. Sure, go away, thank you. Let's go for a more powerful effect. The Honeybee spirit is the only spirit sworn to help us. Releasing it could mean that we could bargain only with Raven. The Honeybee spirit is the only spirit sworn to help us. Then why do you list Raven as a sworn spirit? I don't understand your meaning there. So I will go ahead. We can persuade. We can offer magic. We can release for larger effect or release for longer effect. I don't want to release them, and I don't want to use my magic either because it's still earlier in the year. So I'm just going to persuade. After some coaxing, the Honeybee spirit agreed to help us, though only for a year. A delightful smell wafted from the shaman's tent. Darren said that the Honeybee spirit might have been swayed if the clan had devoted more magic to rituals during sacred time. Mood Plus. Ave2, our girl blessed by Elmo's fire, is a girl no longer. She has become a woman, meaning that she will soon marry into the Brillianthoof clan, as we arranged years ago. Her family and friends will accompany her to Brillianthoof territory for the wedding feast. She says she's both nervous and excited to embark on this new stage in life. Population +1, horses +2. Huh? That's good. Ulendis returns from his priestly mission to the far distant Last Tablet Plateau. Okay. This little mesa here. He reports that the plateau is indeed a holy site. Its priestess, Sanala, is part human and part elf. As impossible as that sounds. After meeting her, I do not doubt that she is the daughter of Hyalor and the elf goddess Aldrea. She appears in a story she taught me of her father's long ride throughout these lands. Unfortunately, 6 members of the armed escort you sent did not return, slain on the long journey by dragon spawn and mammoths. It's not great. And Ulendis almost died when a woolly rhinoceros charged the camp on the way back. Convey this truth to the Hyalorn neighbors. Keep this as your holy secret. Let word spread that you will share a divine secret in exchange for a gift to Hyalor, or share these revelations only when asked. So, Amanai, you want to keep it a secret or only share it when asked about it? Either elven blood or divine heritage would explain how Sanala could still be alive so long after Hyalor's time. You say, no, I'm sorry. I thought you said that because it was highlighted. But you say successfully conveying this truth will do the most for our popularity. So you do want to spread it. So does Sarissa. We must take the risk of putting this truth on a banner and holding it high. You want to keep it a secret. Oh, Zakorda, you were the one that said keep it a secret. So we have 2 votes for secret and 2 votes for tell people about it. Well, we're known for exploring, so let's tell people about our exploration. Who do you send? Well, I guess apparently somebody with high magic skills. But also I want somebody that's good at diplomacy. And I guess Ulendis is hurt, so that's why he's not able to send out. I would love to send somebody that worships Hyalor, so it wouldn't seem stupid. Like we weren't just sending some other, like, heathen. Somebody that doesn't follow along. So I will send you Zakorda. I don't like it. But you're very good at diplomacy and you do worship the right god, so I will send you. Hate +1, like +1, mood plus. Who hated us? 4 of our Hyalorn neighbors accepted the truth about Sanala, as we had. 6 said we had to be wrong. No one could both be elf and human, and this Sanala could not be both a liar and a daughter of our namesake god. Sorry, Elendis. They did not accept your truth. And by Elendis, I meant Elendis, not Food Plus. Elendis was the one that brought it back, so even though Zakorda was the one that told them about it, Elendis, it's his truth. The foragers and I have returned from the northeast. We found grove of red nuts as well as an unusually large berry patch, and we smoked out a hive of bees as big as my fist and took their honey. I mean, a hive of bees as big as your fist. That's not very large. We loaded the travois and brought back food to feed the clan for 2 seasons. Oh, herds minus 27. Ouch. Our herders report that the Eyes of Gold stole 27 cows on a herd raid. They were gone before our patrols could reach them. We can ill afford the loss. Yeah, you're right, we can't. Reading the sky for signs, priestess of your clans who revere Heresy, goddess of healing, point out that it would be an auspicious time to hold a unity festival. This time of prayer and contemplation climaxes with the ceremonial healing of a sick or injured person. Well, I got Elendis, he apparently is sick or injured, and leads to unity of purpose within the clan. Agree, asking them to bring unity to the clan. Agree, asking them to spread healing energy throughout the valley. Agree, asking them to bring unity blessing to another clan, or take no action. I'm going to assume that you're holding a child and not a loaf of bread, here, madam. Though, if you do have a loaf of bread, the council could really use your bread. Amanai says agree. Keeping the benefit within the clan will do the most to unify the people behind us. You want to send the blessing to another clan. People said Zenengar was a fool to have priestesses bless the clan of his rival Stelfor, but at the Battle of the 8 Arms, it was Stelfor who saved the day. You want to agree and say spread it out amongst everybody. Others will abuse us if they figure out we could have helped them and didn't. Don't sacrifice any cows. I agree. Heal an injured ram. No. We could win over the Chovashdai. Who? You can use the clan selector to see which clans oppose or support Sanala. Oh, that's a thing now. Believers. Rejectors. Oh, that's an interesting... I didn't know that that was going to be a long range, like a long-term impact on the game, so that's interesting. But who was I saying? Who mentioned? Chovashdai. Chovashda? Who are they? Known for their being extraordinarily haughty. Okay. Well, I will spread it among... I won't send an individual clan. Go away. Thank you. I will say spread it amongst the whole valley, please. Do you benefit rams as well as El Mali? Sure, rams. We'll be, you know, generous. 8 good, please. Mood plus goods minus 8. Heresy rewarded our time of contemplation by blessing the entire valley. Everyone would know we had blessed them. Some people expected the ram killers to complain that we had blessed the ram clans of the valley, but they did not. The goddess of peace and healing was, at least during the festival, stronger than their hatred. Well, that's good. Appreciate that. But I guess I will end the episode. We're doing real poorly. I can't stress that enough. We're doing real poorly. But we're back, and hopefully we can find the motivation to keep playing and see what happens to Stardancer. I really like that this whole thing with Sanala, or whatever her name was, is becoming an actual big thing in the game. That there's now believers and disbelievers. So it's cool that it wasn't just like a one-time deal, but it may have some long-term effect on the game. So, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you again next time.